right, like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right, like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing?
Okay, so Linda, we're in the lobby of the Citrus Tower, which used to be a whole complex of tourist attractioning. But right now, we'll film this in a few minutes, but we're getting ready to what?
We're going to go up to the top. Actually, if you want to come over here. This is a picture of it. And we used to be able to go all the way up to here. But they have a situation with wasp, I think. So we're going to go up to here.
We'll ride the elevator up. We'll talk about this thing. But this is the Citrus Tower. When it was built in 1956, it was to look out at all of the citrus groves,
which were completely
everywhere.
Surrounding us.
Exactly. I mean,
they were everywhere.
Well, right there it says. Well, you can see what you saw back then. We'll see what we see when we get up there. Yeah. But that's what you saw. Let's just go ahead and look at that. That's what you saw. We're at that building right there. It's 226 feet high. And right now we're going to see a bunch of houses.
And we used to come here. Here's a scale model of it.
Yeah.
Terry and I both used to come here as kids.
Yeah. So let's go up. All right. We're going to get on this elevator right here. It says ride to the top. All right, here we go. And we're on the elevator. The door's closing. It says here built in 1955. It opened in 1956.
Highest observation point.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. You can see 35 miles to the horizon.
8 counties and 2,000 square miles. The tower contains 5 million pounds of concrete. So it takes about 40 seconds to get to the top. And then we'll step out and see what we see.
That's right.
Okay, so we're at the observation deck of the Citrus Tower. And really, I'm not seeing any citrus anymore, but you still see what's become of this area of Central Florida since 1956, when this was built just to showcase off the orange groves. But what it says here is we're looking west. Clermont's a mile, and then Weeki Wachee is 55 miles, and the Gulf of Mexico in that direction is 60 miles from here. But you get a view up here of what Florida looks like with the lakes and just, if you're not from Florida and you're watching this, what you'll realize is this is an extremely flat state. I mean, we're in the middle. It's 60 miles that way, like I said, to the Gulf, and it's probably close to 60 or 70 miles over in this direction to the Atlantic Ocean. So this is the high point of the state. We do have a Legoland video out, but that is at the location of what used to be only Cypress Gardens. But we are 226 feet up in the air, the highest observation point in the state. So yeah, Cape Kennedy 60 miles, Atlantic Ocean 60 miles, so we're right square in the middle of the state.
This is just a gorgeous view of Florida.
It is,
it really
yeah.
is.
Okay, so this, okay, so now Sugarloaf Mountain. That's not the Sugarloaf Mountain in the Carolinas that you ski out of. That's Sugarloaf elevated point is 6 miles. Leesburg is 20 miles, and Tallahassee and Mackinac City, Michigan are that way. This tower building, and I think the lady down there said 3 other buildings, including what used to be the bank in the front. That's now and I hope I don't use the wrong word, but a Hebrew school, a Jewish school, was bought really for their religious purposes. They're using it as a convention center and all that, but they have maintained and actually made upgrades to this old Citrus Tower, so it's still in operation, and you got to appreciate that when somebody buys a property like this and still at least maintains what's left of the old tourist attraction.
I mean, this is an old building.
Yeah.
This is a very old building, and it's amazing. It just brings me to tears because...
Well, they bought it in September of last year,
Yeah.
September of 22. It just reopened in the end of May 28th, I believe, I read, this year. But you can see it's been, refurbished all the way around. But what used to be the glass blowing and the candy making and all of that down there, all the retail areas, is now their convention center and all. They have a purpose for it, but again, they did leave the tower open, and that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this sign here has information that was actually relevant in 1956, 60, even through the full 60s. That this area right here, 80% of the citrus in the United States came from right here. And as we've walked around and shown, there are no citrus trees left. So that 80% of the country's citrus products went away since 1960 and have had to be somewhere else. Citrus Tower. It's a coffee shop and a sitting area. They got the Wi-Fi going on for you. Just a nice place to sit and relax, and maybe go up and see the great state of Florida from 226 feet above the surface. This is it. A few souvenirs here. Citrus Tower swag pricing. There you go. Alright. And Clermont Citrus Tower t-shirts for sale right there. Alright, here we go. Okay, this is the Hebrew Bible College that's on the site of what used to be the entire Citrus Tower compound.
Right.
And that was a bank building put in later, much later after the Citrus Tower. But I want to move over here. This is not part of the purchase that they made, but this is an old tourist attraction called the President's Hall of Fame. And that is the House of Presidents. And what you'll see is a replica of the Lincoln Memorial, the appearance of the White House, and then over to the right here, Mount Rushmore. And they have an old presidential limousine here. You can see the running board. It's in bad repair, but you can see the running boards and the and the handholds for the sealing up for the Secret Service could ride along and protect the president. This is a late 60s. I don't know exactly what year, but that's a late 60s, not long after Kennedy was assassinated. So you can see what they went to for presidential limousines. They're not open air anymore, and there's room for Secret Service to be all over that car. Gives you an idea of what one event in the United States can facilitate and change us. So, but there you go. Linda walking over to the sign of the Hall of Fame for the presidents. And then behind this now Hebrew College is the Citrus Tower. And then as we walk to the back of the Bible College, which as you can see was a bank. In fact, the drive-thrus are closed, but they're working on it. They're really making a transformation here, and it's just good to see that they're keeping as much history as they can and still using the property for what they need it for. But you can see on the side here the telephone tower paraphernalia, and then all the way up top, I mean, it's just repurposing it, besides going up to where, and again, you can see where the observation is up there, the windows. But it's now a great big cell phone tower that you can still go up and look around. So there it is. Okay, so we're right off of 27. The rental depot over there is Highway 27. Highway 50 is right there at that tower down there. And this little road here has this cul-de-sac. And the purpose of this cul-de-sac is so that you can get an unobstructed view without housing and everything else of the old Citrus Tower. So there is the kayak mobile and the world's greatest nature photographer, and we're looking at the Citrus Tower. Interesting watching the crew out there. There's a double rower, a single rower, and a quad, and the guy's in his little john boat riding beside him with his foghorn coaching, and you can hear him a little deeper with the oars, stroke a little further back, lean back a little further. Gives them some good instruction out there. Meanwhile, typical Florida park here with the old oak trees and the Spanish moss hanging down. This time we are in Clermont, Florida. And right up there is the old kayak mobile. No kayaks today. And here comes Linda. Okay, this little historical, I'm going to call it a park, that is the World War II Museum, and for the most part these aren't open today. It's a Tuesday. They're open on weekends or probably by appointment, but Gem of the Hills, that is by the Clermont Citrus Growers Association. Right over here behind it is identified as the Townsend House. This house doesn't say where it was originally located, but this house was built in 1895. All right, so Linda just came off the front porch of the Townsend house. Right beside it is the Kern house. It was built in 1883. As you come on around, this is the village chapel, and that is a recreation. That's not the original building. It's a recreation of the chapel that was around into 1800s, 1880s. And then beside that, the old Clermont High School. There's their bell they used to ring to get the kids in. And this is back from 1881. The old hunting lodge was used as a school. And then beside it is the Cooper Memorial Library. There's an interesting story, I won't tell it, but look it up sometime, about how they came about having a library. They were actually scammed way back in the day, and people who didn't get scammed out of all of their investment money for the library put what was left into buying books and put them in a lady's house, and it grew into the Cooper Memorial Library. So here we are, Lake Minneola. Back when this was a thriving and growing citrus area. Of course, back there, and I'll just zoom in on it if I can, a little bit between the Townsend and the Kern house is the outhouse. This is still down on the Lake Minneola walk. That is the backside of the historic village, and over here is the tower. We just went up in and took some pictures of the water weirs and all that filter the water coming off. This is Victory Point. It looks like it's the purpose of it is for people swimming here. You can see a lot of the crew people out here. But as you come along Lake Minneola here and you look back, probably 4 miles from Citrus Tower, there it is. That's the tower we were just up in a few minutes ago. So there we go. We're here still on the water wall.
Right. Beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it though? All right, we're out here on the front lawn. Again, there's 27. And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna say this, is that this is the first time we've been here in the summer for this event. And it's every weekend. But you see, I'm on point, you see down through here all the way to the road, that's parking. All the grass over there is parking all the way to those trees. And we come in January, February, and this place is absolutely packed. I mean, they're out on 27 in the median pack. This place is busy, but you know, it's a little bit warm here in the summer, and I guess it doesn't draw the crowd, but there's a crowd beginning to form. But this is it, the Lakeridge Winery, just north of Clermont on 27, and we are going to go through and do the wine tour now.
Yes.
So, are you excited about the wine tour?
Oh, yes.
Then we'll go into the lobby to the little store, and then we'll settle back out there with some food and watch the music.
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Lakeridge Winery. All right, with the tour, There's also the free wine tasting.
Doggone it.
Yeah. So here we go. We're going to get started right here. Take a look at this. She's checking, make sure I got my ID today, so I'm gonna be all right. Oh,
Hi there. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
And one other favorite dishes or Italian food?
Oh,
all
yeah.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
More people should wash it.
Yeah.
Feet.
Chardonnay dry medium with Victor.
Nice and cold. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy. Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Obviously bottling or labeling. I don't know if it's
wow.
bottling or labeling, I guess.
It's super cool.
Say what?
Super cool.
Yeah. It says right up there on that sign that Lakeridge Winery produces 1.7 million bottles of wine per year.
Look at this girl's cute
Headband.
headband.
Oh, thank you.
Adorable.
Friend made it for me.
It's so cute.
Oh, at least you got friends.
She has
That's
wine.
positive. Oh, okay.
If I have one, I have one. That's okay.
I'm just saying.
So take this in 3 sips because your palate changed from dry to semi-dry.
Ah,
And
So this is Chablis. It's made with the muscadine. It goes well with seafood, poultry, cream sauces, even mac and cheese, Chinese food.
That's really good.
okay, I'm reading that you have 1.7 million.
It's over 2 million now.
Okay. Do you have your own vineyards or do you?
Yes, right outside.
Oh,
Plus,
that
we have
makes-
other areas that we grow the vines as well.
Excellent.
Wait, you're not done.
Oh, yeah.
Got a second wine for you.
Okay, I'm with you. Man, don't get in any hurry here. Jeez, make a day
All right,
of it.
this is Sun Blush. This is a rosé. It's actually the color of a Florida sunset. So this goes well. I know, it's such a romantic way to describe it.
It is.
And this goes well with more lighter fare, more like charcuterie boards,
Oh.
pastas, rices, food,
Oh, that's
appetizers,
delicious.
dinner foods.
Yeah.
Sitting by the
Delicious.
pool,
Uh-huh.
sitting on the beach. It's Monday afternoon.
It's Tuesday.
So that's the sun blush.
Sun Blush.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day.
You too.
Okay, so that was the wine tasting. And now I guess we're going to spill out, just like at Disney, you're going to spill out into the retail area.
And they have some of the most interesting things.
We have bought things here
Yeah.
before and give them as gifts, but they really do have some pretty neat things here. So if you're watching this and you recognize something that we gave you, yeah, it probably came from here. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, what is it?
It's an individual thing for like cheese and crackers, and your wine glass will sit in there, and so you can just carry it around and have your wine glass and your snacks.
You gotta love that. So here in a minute, we'll go up these stairs here and look out over the vineyards they were talking about. Here we are. We'll come back in. Linda may buy a bottle of wine or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll go up and look at the vineyards for now. Okay, so this is an open wine bar up here. And back in the corner, they usually have live entertainment when they're playing outside as well. But, and they probably will. I think there's something on the schedule that says they will, but it'll start later today.
Yeah.
But for right now, we're going to walk out here. And you can see where we just were.
Oh, I like that.
But here we go, walking out. Wow. Yeah, so basically you hear them tuning up because right through there is where we'll be sitting. In fact, our chairs are right over there to eat and to watch the music. But right out through here, as you can see, is the vineyards, and then they have other locations. But these are the original ones, I suppose.
Yeah, and they're going to, I'm not sure if we said this earlier, but they're going to harvest this coming Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. And yeah, so we could actually ride by here Wednesday and watch them harvesting. She said they ride machines down through here. I guess they don't hand pick stuff.
Right.
So that's it. All right, we're going to come around the corner here, and you can see how this is set up. Picnic tables here, fans running, and food and drink, beer and wine all set up, ready to go. They're serving already. It's not supposed to start till noon, and it's right after 11:30 right now. So Linda has our chairs and all ready to go here. So, shall we go ahead and find a place to set it on up?
Let's do.
All right. Okay, this is the show. This is the Corey Marshall duo.
Hey, all right, something like that. Hang on one sec. Can you guys hear out of that speaker? Can you hear it okay? Is something crackling over there? No. Okay. That's just me then.
There it started.
It's tough doing this without a sound guy being right here. Maybe that dude. Hey, can you be my sound guy real quick? The guy in the blue shirt? Does that sound muddy to you? No. How do the drums sound? Are they pretty popping through pretty clear back there, red shirt guy? All right, you guys are good. Appreciate you. How about lap? You can hear the lap steel. We're good. We're running with no monitors. We can't hear ourselves, but hopefully you guys can hear us. I think that's great. We're gonna be fine. It's good.